to another episode of Popcorn Heroes. I am your host, Pedro.
What's up?
And with me today is the usual host, Armandito.
What up? What's going on, guys?
Hey.
Here we are recording.
How you feeling today, man?
I'm feeling all right.
Cool.
Yeah.
He says as he coughs into his elbow.
But yeah, man, what are we here for, Pedro?
Today we are here to review Pixar's latest, Onward.
Nice. You know what's quite crazy about this is that Pixar's going to be dropping 2 movies this year.
What's the other one? Oh, Soul.
Soul or either the Dragon one.
No, I think Soul's their next one. I didn't even know about the Dragon one, actually.
Oh, really? There's a
Dragon one.
Yeah, it's I forgot the name of the Dragon one.
Hold the phone.
Yeah.
I will look at it during the episode because...
Yeah, it's kind of crazy how... Because before, Pixar used to drop movies like rarely, like once every 2 years or once in a while, whatever. But I think for the past maybe 2 to 3 years, we've been getting pretty frequently with Pixar movies. Last year we had Toy Story 4.
Toy Story 4.
And
the year before that was Incredibles 2. I have the list right here. And Coco the year before that.
Yeah.
So yeah, they've been going pretty strong.
Yeah, but I could have sworn last year they also dropped 2.
No. Last year
Okay.
it was only Toy Story 4.
Yeah.
The year that they did 2 of them was 2017. They had Cars 3 and Coco.
Yeah, you see, there you go.
So the next one coming up, I'm seeing it here, is Soul.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that.
So it's crazy how like they're dropping movies very frequently now, because then next year you have the Rayla. I think that's the name of the dragon movie. Rayla.
That might be it, because it says on the wiki. I'm on Wikipedia right now. It still says TBA.
Yeah, it's just something Rayla something.
And then the year after that, they're coming out with 2, and the year after that, they're coming out with 1.
So it's kind of crazy how much work.
They're pretty much doing 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
How much work Pixar is pumping out when before they barely did that much work.
That's true.
So
And
it's pretty crazy.
And I like that it seems like they're focusing on original shit, which is always good. They're trying to steer away from the franchises, which is the way to go.
Well, to be honest with you, I think they already did it, right? What's the next one they could do a sequel on?
That's true. I mean, they can always go back to Incredibles.
They could always do a sequel of something, right? Because, greed is always there.
Incredibles and Monsters.
They could do a Monsters, Inc. one.
Those are probably the only ones I can see, because I can't imagine them doing an Up.
No, Up is very finite.
Or even a Ratatouille. I mean, technically they could do
Technically, you could do a sequel out of anything.
They did 3 fucking Cars movies, so they could do anything.
Yeah, and they did a 4 of Toy Story, so, when they wrapped it up. So essentially, they could do whatever they want. But they are pumping out a lot of work. So it's kind of crazy how much work they've been doing.
So, this episode we will be talking about Onward, their latest one.
Yeah.
All right, let me do the quick summary of this film. So, pretty much this is a world inhabited by mythical creatures and races and stuff, very Lord of the Rings-ish, but the twist is that it's all like modernized. So
they did a better version of Bright, essentially.
Oh, yeah, dude, you're absolutely right.
That's what Bright. This is what Bright should have been.
I didn't even click those two together. But yeah, this is a PG Bright.
Yeah. This Bright should have been this way.
Damn, Mike needs to see this so he can be like, damn, Will Smith should have been in this one.
Nah, Will Smith movie is better.
That's true.
But yeah, this is actually the better Bright.
I agree.
I think they merged current technology and the mystical and the magic portions and the fantasy portions of it all together very, very nicely in this movie compared to Bright. Because Bright fucking, I don't know what they were trying to do.
Yeah, man, they dropped the ball on that.
But this one mixed everything very well, and I really liked how they did it. But yeah, I'm sorry I interrupted your summary.
That's
your
about
premise.
It. And then it follows this family. The father figure is dead, and he finds that they inherit his staff. And along with the spell to bring him back.
Yeah, for a day. And it's the journey for that.
Yeah, the journey to get that done. So
essentially. Spoiler
free-ish.
Nice. What do you think?
1 out of 5. Honestly, I really, really liked it. I give it a 4.5.
That's the same thing I was going to say.
Yeah. Because I'm like 4. Because I'm like 4, I really liked it. I'm like, no, I liked it more than really. I really.
I don't think it was a 5 perfect. But
no.
It's definitely a 4.5.
4.5, man. I had a lot of freaking fun.
Such a good movie.
And I went into it with like
I kind of low expectations.
I went in with very low expectations because I thought the trailers and all the TV ads and all that shit, it really sucked.
They didn't do it justice at all.
No.
And you know what's funny? Because
I'm glad they didn't show a lot of shit because there's a lot of
that's
stuff.
That's the reason why. Because some of the scenes that were in the trailer weren't really in the movie.
Not really.
Because the very first trailer when Tom Holland's character is coming out of the skinny guy. I forgot his name right now. I don't remember any of their names.
Yeah.
But when Tom Holland's character was coming out of the house and then his brother was like, come and let's get on this journey or whatever.
Right. This epic quest. Yeah, where he does the speech and they jump into the
into the van and whatever.
That scene wasn't there.
That wasn't in the movie.
Which is good.
Which is really good, actually. I was like, damn, all right, I'm going to see something I already saw. But I went dark after that trailer. So essentially I didn't see anything.
So you were like, gotcha. Because I had seen the second one where they showed more of the plot.
Yeah.
With the father and all that. So. Yeah. But yeah, man, I love the characters. I love the action scenes. The sequences were really exciting. Just the bromance between the two bros, that they're complete opposites.
I think it was the bromance was developing because I don't think it was there before.
Right. But seeing it develop was great because that's essentially what the movie's all about. It's their chemistry that holds it all together. The movie, But they did a really good job of making the side characters very interesting. Yeah. There were a lot of side characters there that are usually just, it doesn't matter. But in this one, they did a good job.
But this way, everybody made sense.
And then,
the voice acting was great. Chris Pratt did a good job, man. I think Chris Pratt's been doing really good with his voice acting.
Yeah. I mean, we first found out about him from pretty much the Lego movie. So
yeah.
From there, he's just been getting better.
And he's really good. Tom Holland did a good job.
I honestly didn't even recognize it was Tom Holland.
Yeah, it was Tom Holland. He did better in this movie than he did in the Bird movie.
Oh, I didn't see that.
I forgot the name of the Bird movie.
Spies in Disguise.
There you go, Spies in Disguise. He did a better job in this one. And I think that's just in a sense of just like how good Pixar is with their voice actors and trying to get the best out of what they're, what they need from them.
I did a great job.
I think everybody did a good job in this movie. The animation was great.
I just saw
really nice.
Octavia Spencer was the Manticore. I didn't even realize
I didn't recognize her.
Great character.
I know the mom was that lady from
Julia. Yep, Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Great character too. I mean, honestly,
who's the horse?
Oh, the horse was the guy that voices him all the time. Oh no, wait, no, I'm tripping.
No, that was a random cameo at the end.
Colt Bronco.
Yeah, Colt Bronco.
Mel Rodriguez, his name is.
I never know.
Mel Rodriguez. Oh, that's where I recognize him from. He's on Last Man on Earth. He's the fat guy in Last Man on Earth.
Oh, okay.
I don't know him from anything else.
Yeah. But yeah, the voice acting was really good. I really enjoyed all the people in there.
I highly recommend it. It's definitely one of the best ones I've seen in a while.
Oh, for sure. I mean,
it's not a franchise. I don't know. That's hard to say because they're all good shit, really. As long as they
Pixar wise, yeah. Like I feel like the last terrible movie they did was The Good Dinosaur,
which I didn't see.
I didn't like The Good Dinosaur. I thought it was extremely boring. So this movie was really good. Honestly, since The Good Dinosaur, they've done nonstop good shit.
Just because zingers.
So
yeah. So after Good Dinosaur, Finding Dory, Cars.
Dory
3,
was good. Cars 3 was good.
Coco
was great.
Incredibles 2.
Toy
Story 4, and now
Toy Story 4 was good. So Onward was So they've been on the roll so far.
That's true.
Man,
they did pretty good.
They've done a good roll. Overall, man, the whole thing was great, dude.
It flowed perfectly.
I was never bored.
I was never. Yeah, there was never a dull moment, and even the dull moments. The dull isn't the right word. The lulled moments, the belly of the whale moments, where the action kind of powers down. It's all like useful shit.
It's conversations.
It's all good stuff.
Yeah.
So even though it hits the same beats as every other movie does, it did it entertainingly.
Yeah.
So not bored at all. Enjoyed it.
Yeah, I gotta go watch it again with my kid.
Oh, I think your kid will love it.
No, yeah, for sure. He loves watching cartoons, and like now he kind of stays there more.
Good, yeah, he stays. He doesn't fumble as much. There was only one kid in my theater that she just went. Nyah! She just fucking did this crazy scream out of nowhere, like out of excitement, but in a quiet moment. It was like one of those moments where there's like a heart to heart going on, and she just screams and she was like hyped, and I'm just like, oh god, wrong fucking time. You should have done that on like the action scenes.
Did you get any tears?
You know what? I did get pretty teary eyed.
Yeah, I got watery eyed, and
Yeah.
in the part.
Yeah, yeah.
And we'll
yeah.
talk about it more when we get into spoilers.
Definitely. So Pixar does it again. They make you feel
Yeah.
the feels.
Yeah, and I think that's what it's important. You know what I'm saying? All these movies need to have that heart. And, and I think that's the problem with all the animation studios, that they don't have heart.
Right.
You know, they have...
It's
fluff.
so I don't even know the word, like superficial. I don't know what the word is.
Hollow. It's just like
hollow. That's the perfect word for it.
Let's give these kids all these bright things and blah 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 blah,
Yeah,
blah, so
yeah,
they
yeah.
can be entertained, and then it just kind of like
Yeah.
that kind of sucks.
Something that I had read before, funny about Toy Story, they always say that their movies are blank blank with feelings. So they have Toy Story, toys with feelings, Bugs Life, bugs with feelings, Monsters Inc., monsters with feelings, superheroes with feelings, cars with feelings, rats with feelings, robots, and then you got feelings with feelings for Inside Out and so on. So
That
this
movie
one,
was so good,
so this was fantasy creatures with feelings.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it continues it.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that's the whole point of Pixar. You know,
Yeah.
So they want you to care about the characters,
Definitely.
and without that, you would never care about them. They'll just be like every other fucking animation movie you see.
But honestly, yeah, man, 4.5
Yeah.
for sure.
4.5. I do recommend it.
Highly recommend.
Yeah. Yes, you definitely go watch it. You need to watch it, essentially.
Yeah.
Especially in theaters. I think the
Yeah.
colorfulness of the.
Did you watch it in Dolby?
Oh yeah, for sure.
I
of
watched it
course.
in Dolby, man. It was fucking intense. So, because there are a lot of good action sequences here that are very intense, and then just feeling it in the Dolby is just
Yeah.
Hell yeah, it gets
was
you
good.
into it.
Yeah.
So
Let's get into it then.
yeah, that's pretty much our spoiler-free review of it. Check it out.
Go watch it.
And if you don't want to hear any more spoilers, pause your tape and come on back when you watch it.
Look at the time.
Yep.
This is where we are.
Yep.
This is where you come back.
Cool.
Because sometimes it doesn't save.
That's
I hate
true.
when that happens.
That is very true. I hate when that happens all the time. And then I get lazy with scrubbing back.
Yeah.
Don't get lazy with us. We're here for you.
Just remember the time.
Just be there for us. Cool. Alrighty then. Getting into the spoilers. Be warned. Spoilers.
What is ahead?
All right. Let's get right into it. So you said you didn't see the second trailer, so you didn't know anything about the father.
I mean, I you know, with the movies, when you go to the movies, you kind of the trailers come out and I kind of
I got you.
down.
So okay.
So I'm just kind of like, oh, okay, I see a dad there.
Because
Okay,
I was
cool.
curious, because I was very surprised when I saw that second trailer. I went, "Whoa, that's the premise. That's very interesting." It had a Weekend at Bernie's vibe,
Essentially, yeah.
where it was
'Cause
like instead of a dead body, it's just
It's the legs,
the bottom half of the body.
which was pretty cool.
I thought it was going to be a little weird going into it, but once I watched it, I'm like, man, they did a really good job of
It
it.
made sense within the world.
Yeah, exactly. You're right.
And they presented the world very, very good.
They did.
Because they did essentially saying like, hey, we just got lazy.
Yeah,
Magic is still here.
I love
We just
that
got
intro.
lazy.
That intro was so good.
And it's funny because when you saw it in the trailer, it looked so cheesy.
yeah,
And then when you see-
it did.
And when you see it in the movie, it's like, oh, okay.
Right, because you didn't have the
sense.
context.
Yeah.
Like now when you get the context, you're like, wow, look at this. This is like a fun Lord of the Rings-ish type. And then
Nice
suddenly it's
fantasy world.
like, oh, magic is so hard to do. Oh, I don't want to do it. Let me just flip on the light bulb. I love that.
Yeah.
That was so good because it really was a commentary on how we are.
Yeah.
Big
Essentially, how every fantasy creature have these extra abilities, but they got so lazy
Yeah.
that they don't use any
They
of
didn't
the
use,
extra abilities.
The wings.
It's like-
What do you mean wings? We don't use these.
Yeah, it's like the fairies who were used to fly around and they found their wings.
It
which
was
is pretty cool.
almost, I guess, Wall-E-ish. As far as, you know, how
of
we got
laziness.
lazy and we
Yeah.
got huge and we used all the technology for us to wheel around and we couldn't stand up on our own.
Yeah.
It's an exaggerated version, but it is the same concept.
Yeah, their fantastic abilities, they're not using it
Right.
because they just got lazy.
Which was very nice. I mean, I'll skip right to the end. It was very nice to have the cop character. You see him finally.
I was like, oh man, I don't need that. I can
Yeah,
drive
yeah.
myself.
And then he gets his Fabio hair out,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh my God, dude, this is ridiculous. That shit was so funny.
It was so good. But then I love how at the end everybody starts realizing their own potential.
Yeah.
Of like
All
of
of
who
them.
that you're supposed to be, you know?
Yeah, pretty much.
Probably the only thing that bothered me in the movie was how it was the lazy brother who knows everything but nobody believes him because he's lazy. You know, it's kind of like
It's not even
I
just.
didn't like that.
I didn't take it as lazy. I took it as he just didn't want to follow
the norm.
the norm. Because his thing was that he wasn't scared of anything. Not necessarily that he was lazy, but he'll just be like, he was too much. He was too extra. Because actually, now that I think about it, there was never anything in the movie that said that he was lazy. It was just,
The
hey, get a
characters.
job. And he's like, why would I get a job when I go on an adventure? It's not necessarily lazy. It's just like, the world is too dull for me. It needs to be as high, on the level that I'm at. So
Yeah.
And it was good because he was needed because he's the one that pushed everyone else to their potential.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing, even though he picked the fight with the pixies or the fairies, whatever they were.
The fairies, yeah.
And but he was like, "Come on, man, you could use your wings." And then obviously later in that action sequence, they end up using it. So
Yeah.
I thought his character was great. He was annoying at first, but that's the point of it. You're supposed to see how annoying he is.
But then you start realizing how real he's saying.
Yeah.
The realities of what he's saying.
Because they made him so clumsy. I mean, he still was clumsy throughout the whole thing, but it was like frustrating to watch. You're just like, oh my God, dude, can you just fucking chill for a minute?
Yeah.
But then you see it, you're like, oh man, all that hype, all that shit was in a good spot. It just, you know.
But I think you felt that way because the characters hated him so much.
Yeah.
So then once you start feeling good about him, it's because the characters start feeling good about him.
It's
like,
true.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, I see where he's going now.
They did a good job. Yeah, man.
It put you in that mindset with the characters, which was pretty awesome.
The back and forth between the brothers is fantastic. They're just exact opposites. It was very, I don't know. It was just a good. This is essentially a road trip buddy, a buddy road trip movie.
Yeah.
That's really what it was, and they just made it, that they were the brothers. I love the Manticore character, Octavia Spencer.
Yeah.
I just love that was the same thing. That she was like this total freaking badass.
Yeah.
They would
like a beast.
They would help people who they are, like for their potential, and then she just turned into a Chuck E. Cheese, essentially, or Disney or something like that. And it was so good. I love that scene where she just fucking loses her mind.
It was great, man.
The little gimmicks that they used in this world were so smart, man.
Because they made sense.
Yeah.
Like if it called back to the reality of their past, but also of our future right now, whatever, our current. So I think that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because that tavern that she had was supposed to be like the stop before your journey,
Right.
And it just became, like it's like Chuck E. Cheese. And then she's just like, what am I doing here?
It was good. It was just all the stuff that I guess defined them. They turned it into a joke or into not necessarily a joke, but like a cash grab or something for. I don't know. They just made it cheesy. You know?
It's like how the whole D&D thing that his brother was obsessed with.
Oh,
it was all like reality,
and it was all reality. Yeah, the same thing. All of her stuff, even the coloring book, was reality.
Yeah,
which I love that. I was like, oh my God, that's exactly what we would get as a kid in one of those places.
Yeah, but it just became a gimmick because people don't believe it anymore. Or they think it's just our past.
The world building in this was fantastic. Honestly, I know we just talked about that. We love that they're doing original shit, but I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they make a sequel of this later. I wouldn't want them to, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either.
Because think about it. You just created a whole other world that's different. So there's so much you can do with it.
Like, how are you going to explore it?
Yeah, you can explore so many other parts. Again, not necessarily saying we want to, but there's potential there in it.
Yeah, that is true. It's such a big world.
Yeah, and it's different. That's the thing. Because we talk about like Up and Ratatouille. That's our world. Yeah. So there's nothing to explore because we already know our world. Yeah. But then you got Monsters Inc., which did something different. Yeah. So then you have that.
They probably can.
They could. If there's, it's always the same thing. There's been 4 fucking Toy Stories, and I love all 4 of them. So if there's a story for it, I definitely want to see it. So.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. So, the other thing I also liked about the movie was kind of like the message itself of like, of how I took it as, sibling love, whatever, but also how you don't need an actual father.
You just
you need a father figure.
Exactly.
And
all you need is a role model.
Yeah.
You necessarily just need a role model.
Yeah.
And he didn't realize who it was until, it's one of those.
The journey.
I actually loved the end because, in my mind, I'm thinking, something's going to happen where they only get like a split second with him, but at least both get to see him. Yeah. And then the way they did the ending, I'm like, man, it's sad, but it's also really nice that the older brother got the moment.
Because he got his closure.
He got his closure, exactly, because of his 4th memory that he had mentioned that he had hated. So it's like, oh, wow, this is
kind of really reminded me of Star-Lord's.
Oh, dude, I was thinking the same. I thought of that afterwards. Yeah. I was like, what a fucking coincidence that it's Chris Pratt.
This is Star-Lord shit, dude.
I'm like, come on, Chris Pratt. When you read this, you were like, whoa.
I was like, this is some Star-Lord shit happening right now.
Big time.
That was so cool.
I love that. And I love that scene, it was still through the point of view of Tom Holland's character.
Yeah.
Like
exactly.
Like you didn't see it. You were still with him, kind of like. So you felt that bittersweet moment of like,
oh, I
shit,
see him.
There's that, and you're struggling. You're like, oh my god, is he gonna miss all of it? Because you see him struggling to find a hole to peek through, and then when he sees it, he kind of goes like he's like, shit, he disappeared. But then you see your brother happy, and you're just like, oh, at least he got that. So it's like that bittersweet moment.
Because he saw him for that quick second from behind. He's like, oh, there's my dad. And then he fell.
I love that entire scene was through the point of view of him.
Yeah.
Rather than the older brother. Because you were with the mystery of like, what did he say? Oh, he said his wizard name was something. I forgot what it was. Something super cheesy. Yeah. And I was like, oh, that's fucking funny that they did. He asked him the one question. Oh, what would you do if you had one question? That's it? That's what you're going to ask him? Yeah, I think it's cool. So, yeah, they were still themselves. So, and then he laughed about it. And yeah, man, definitely loved all of that. Yeah. I love the final boss.
Oh, yeah, dude.
It was the fucking dragon that you've seen the whole time, which makes sense because that was his fear. In the beginning, that's his fear, the school of everything. Yeah. Like, oh my God, my
social anxiety.
The social anxiety. So what better weapon against him? What better thing to fight at the end than what his fear was in the beginning? Yeah. So I'm like, damn, so many layers in this shit.
So many layers. Even the whole...
And it was also for laughs.
No, for sure. And how the brother was protecting the old, and the old is what kind of like gave him that chance. Because remember at the beginning of the movie, he was tied to that.
You're right.
That well.
Yeah. The reason why it didn't do that was because of that. You're right.
Yeah.
Which is funny because they were kind of making fun of the hippies that chain themselves to trees or whatever.
Yeah.
So they were making him seem like he's fucking crazy. But it's like, is protecting old shit really that crazy though? I mean, come on. There needs to be a happy medium.
Now we all protect our old shit. Like
that's true.
As society, we always we have that thing that makes something a historical monument.
Yes. We signed the.
I forgot what the name of that is.
Not a survey, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's you make something
petition. You sign a petition for it, and then it works its way up. Yeah, right. So yeah, we have that. So I guess in their world, they didn't really have that yet.
Essentially, I think because of this, they probably will.
They probably will start creating a version of that. So yeah, it was just great because everyone just made sense. Even the mother. Which I'm like, oh, it's just a mother figure. And then they made her like...
The warrior.
They made her a bat. And it was funny because it's a callback to the beginning.
Yeah, when she booked the guy.
When she's doing her, I don't know, her Taibo or whatever. Yeah. I'm a warrior. Yeah. And at the end, she's like, I'm a fucking warrior. It's like, oh, shit. So,
and he also, she beats up her son. When she flips him over.
Oh, right.
Like,
so
I got you.
Yeah, so you all see. So
and he's like, you're such a warrior, he says, or something like that.
Yeah, it was good because everyone's arcs went full circle. Everyone, even the cop that was like, the shitty, stepdad figure or whatever. And then he did the whole Fabio running. And it's like, oh, wow. So it was just very nice to see that there weren't characters just to have them. No. Everyone was needed for the story and everyone had their perfect start and end of their arc.
Everyone who had more than one scene had a full.
Yeah.
Had a full thing. So yeah, man, the movie itself was great, dude. I really enjoyed it.
I really, really enjoyed it. I'm just watching and I'm like, wow, it can't be this good. It has to suck now.
Yeah.
Because the first half, I'm like, man, what a strong first half. It'll suck at the end. And then I'm like, man, what a strong second act. They'll fuck it up at the final battle. And then when the dragon face came out, I'm like, this is comedy gold, dude. This is going to be amazing. I'm like, oh, they'll probably fuck up the father thing. And I'm like, no, it was so good.
Yeah, they didn't fuck up anything, to be honest.
Nothing. There was nothing that I said, shit. Dude, even the fucking Guinevere scene where they sacrificed the Guinevere van.
That was so good and sad at the same time.
I was like, this was a Wilson moment because it's an inanimate fucking object.
Yeah.
And you're just like, like, dude, I felt that shit. I was like, oh my God, don't sacrifice first I thought he was going to be in it and do it. And then when he did it, I'm like, oh no, it's going to trash his fucking baby.
Yeah. That was so sad.
That was great.
It's like how you cared about a van, even though it didn't fucking matter.
And it was just little details in the build up to it because it flattens the tire, so it starts looking like it's galloping.
Yeah.
So it pretty much had its moment of adventure. And you're just like, dude, the writing was on fucking point.
Yeah.
Like even the more I'm talking about it now, I'm just like, dude, it really was like it checked all the boxes.
So what part did you cry in, or did you get your watery eyes in?
The part where I started feeling like a lot of like it was the van part and the dad part at the end.
So I started feeling it when he was going through his checklist, and he started realizing the brother.
Yes, that's it.
And now
right.
Like, oh shit,
you're absolutely right.
They got me.
You're absolutely right.
That's when they got me. I'm like, oh, they fucking got me, dude.
Yeah.
And
he does the driver test. He's like, yeah, technically, I did it. wait, that was my brother. And then that's when he goes,
and then he starts,
everything was with my brother.
And he started reflecting on his trip, and he did everything with his brother.
And that's when the whole message of the movie really does come into play.
Yeah, that's when it kicks in. Yeah, essentially.
It's like, the one that you've been like hating and thinking he's a fuck up the whole time. He wasn't a fuck up because he raised you.
Yeah, he's been there for you whenever you needed him. He's always there.
Yeah. So
and I was just like, fuck, that hit gold, dude. And so that made me watery, my eyes water. And at the end, of course, too, when he sacrifices the chance for him to see his dad, and he gives it to his brother, and then he sees his brother. I'm like, oh shit, like this is. And then at the end, he's like, oh, I wanted and like what else did he say? He's like, oh, he also wanted me to give you this. And
right,
with
a hug.
And
I was like,
damn, there he goes, dude. That hit me. Like it's still hitting me just saying it.
That was good.
I was like, man, this is. I was gonna cry.
Yeah, I went, Pixar, you've done it again, you son of a. I doubted you, and you fucking shoved it in my face.
You know what? I'm glad I didn't see this with Orlando because I would have been laughing instead of crying.
That's true.
Because I would have looked at him crying. I'm like, oh, you fucking little.
No, you little bitch, and now I'm like, oh, I'm the little bitch.
So I'm glad I didn't see it with him because I would have been making fun of him. Yeah. Not making fun of him, but like laughing at him.
Right, because he always has that extra of what you're feeling.
The extra layer.
Like, oh, it's funny. And then you look at him and it's too funny.
Yeah, it's funny.
You're like, oh man, it's sad. And you look at him and he's already like fucking red faced.
And
you're
he's
like,
fucking crying and shit. Like it's like something bad happened to him.
No, good shit, man.
Yeah, it was such a great movie, man.
It really was. There's nothing wrong with it. It really was.
So why didn't you give it the 0.5 then?
I'm actually wondering that myself. Like now that I'm talking about it, I'm going to everything. I really fucking, I don't know what's missing though. I felt like there was something missing to give it the full 5, and I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I have to watch it again. I am gonna watch it again.
I think so too. I'm still sticking with my 4.5 because as much as I like it, I don't put it on the level of Toy Story 3 or Incredibles.
Ah man, Incredibles is so good.
Yeah, or shit, even Up, Wall-E, Inside Out.
Coco was good. I love Coco.
I would probably put it on the same level as Coco for me.
Yeah,
I think so. I would put it on the same level as Coco. The ones I mentioned before, I put a little bit higher.
Yeah. See, for me, Up is not that high. The only thing that's high.
Oh, really?
The only thing that's high about Up is the beginning, and after that, for me, the movie becomes shit. I don't like the rest of the movie.
Really?
I mean, I don't hate it. I'm just for the beginning was such a high.
Yeah.
And the movie just went boom and it dropped, and it kept this like regular okay thing happening. I'm just kind of like
no, that one
because the beginning was just too high for me, dude. I'm just like, holy shit, it's just amazing. I remember when I first saw it, I think I fell asleep towards the end.
Jesus. No,
and then every time I watch it, I'm just kind of like it's okay.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't give this the perfect 5 just yet, but I do want to watch it again just to see how I feel the second time.
Yeah.
But honestly, I really fucking enjoyed it.
Yeah, I have to watch it again.
I would probably put it on the level of, well, you know how much I really enjoyed it. I would put it on the level of probably Incredibles 2.
Incredibles 2? Yeah.
Incredibles 2, Coco. It's definitely the second tier of greatness of Pixar.
Yeah.
It's definitely the better of the Pixar movies, for sure.
Yeah, one of the better ones.
One of the better ones.
Yeah.
I would put it up there. I wouldn't put it on the best level, but definitely on the better level.
Like, I could see myself watching this again and not get bored.
Absolutely.
There's only certain movies I could do that with, I mean, Pixar-wise, because, again, I have a kid, and I used to watch all the Pixar movies over and over again with him. So, like, I could watch this one again. I could watch Toy Story 3, Incredibles. I could watch Finding Dory again.
Yeah, Finding Dory was great.
Finding Dory was really fun.
Yeah, man, Pixar's done it
Coco.
again. I hope they continue it with Soul. I'm very excited for Soul.
Yeah, I'm kind of scared for Soul, to be honest with you.
Honestly, I was scared for this one, and look what happened. So it's like, yeah, I'll continue to have my slight doubt because they could always come back and bring another fucking Cars too.
Because like Soul for me is gonna be like they're dead essentially. That's what it feels like.
I didn't like the newest trailer, by the way. The newest trailer showed one scene that was supposed to be funny, and I didn't find it funny. But then again, I didn't like any of the Onward trailers.
Yeah, Onward trailers were terrible.
So, fuck it. I'm just going to go into it with the same way I went into this one. The minimum until you surprise me.
Yeah.
They probably will, but...
Yeah, they probably will. I mean, I feel like it having the most emotional punch in the sense of, like, life and death and fulfilling your life or some shit like that. But yeah.
Cool.
That's what go watch it, guys.
Definitely.
Guys and gals, is totally worth it.
Check it out.
Especially with your little ones.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty.
Yep.
That about wraps up our review of Onward. Check it out. We both recommend it. And yeah.
So
Follow us on all of our social media.
Yeah. We do stuff.
We do our thing.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Catch you later.
Later.
Bye-bye.